We're back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For all you existing subscribers, I know, I apologize. It's been a while since a video. Not gonna get into that. Just, I know, that's my bad. A lot going on. But today should be a pretty good video. If you guys are new to the channel, I'm Troy. I run the Troy Sowers YouTube channel. And I hope you guys stick around. Click that red subscribe button. We got a lot of car stuff on here, a lot of detailing stuff, and a random vlog mixed in from time to time. Today's video should be a good one. I finally get my car back after about a month at the dealership. So they should be here shortly. Let's go down and see it. Oh yeah. Been a while since you've been down here.
How are you?
Oh, same shit, different day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to have it back. Oh, it's been a month, guys, a month. Feels so good to be back in this car, guys. You have no idea. The roads are kind of still a little messy, but let me just get this in the garage here. Now, I know the weather's been pretty crappy here lately to just even drive this, but it is so good to just have the car back in the garage. I know I'm sure most of you guys are here because of cars and can definitely relate to that, but the car was gone a long time, at least a long time for me, and you get to miss it. Even if you go on vacation, you know, I mean, at least I do. I like miss my cars, just being able to even see it and go out into the garage, because, you know, you work hard for these things. It's tough and frustrating when, you know, something happens to it and you go through and have to wait a long time. And I have the paperwork emailed to me. I'm gonna go pull that up, and I kind of just want to talk about what happened, what was done to it. You guys know it was already going down for its annual service, but I want to elaborate on the length of time and why it was gone so long. Kind of just fill you guys in on that part of the ownership that I don't think many people, you know, kind of think about or go into. All right, guys, so let's dive into what happened to the car, what was going on with it. Now, like I mentioned, my previous maybe 3 videos ago, the car was picked up for its annual service. They take the car in, they go over it, they do its annual service. I have the 4th year service, so in front of me I have emailed me the invoice list of things done. So we were doing the annual service, just checking over the car, making sure everything was okay. And I actually started having some coolant, little drops of coolant leaking right under the engine area, the back of the car, center of the car, when I would go for a drive and whatnot. I figured maybe it was something with the weather, but I said, hey, while the car's up on the lift, can you guys look into that? So they looked at that. Then I was having an issue where I was starting the car, on a cold start especially, you'd start the car, it would idle fine, high idle, to get the thing warmed up. Well, as soon as the car would drop back down, it would have a really rough idle, and the car would actually, if you had the windows down, you could hear the windows shaking in the door panel. It was quite annoying, but it wasn't throwing any codes, it wasn't running like absolute crap, it was just a rough idle. It was definitely, especially on startup, it would puff a little bit of smoke, not much, but it was enough to start to bother me. So I said, hey, can you guys also look at that? The last thing was I had to renew my warranty. Now, to renew and extend my qualified warranty, I have to basically make sure the car is up to par. which it is, or continue to make sure it's up to par before I'm able to buy that and put that back on. So that's where the annual service comes in, where McLaren has a checklist of items that they have to run down through to do and complete before they can say, okay, your car is eligible to be able to extend your warranty, and here's what it costs. So $5,000 for 12 months, or I think it's like 94 for 2 years, 24 months. Don't quote me on that 2-year pricing, but again, it's imperative to have these cars in warranty, so that's a must for me. And it's not like the cars break down all the time. I know I'm talking about a video about my McLaren being in service, but the parts are so expensive. And I'm going to break down the parts and the labor here for some things. So I don't want to spend $6,000 on a job that, if I would have spent $5,000 on a warranty, it would have saved me $1,000, but then I'd have that warranty already paid for itself. So the car goes in every year for its annual service and the warranty renewal. And I just tacked on other things with the coolant leak and the rough idle. So let's dive into this. The first thing I have here is perform 4th year service to McLaren specification, again, to be able to continue my warranty. And that was about $2,400. We have oil filter, 0W40 oil, washer, drain plug, engine bed plate plug, turbo oil drain O-ring, headlamp silicone bag, batteries for your key fobs, air filters, brake fluid. Parts $627, labor about $1,600. So you're in there, $2,200 for the annual service, which by itself isn't bad. $2,200 divided by 12 is a little under $200 a month. It's what, $180, something like that a month. So that's not bad in terms of the cost of ownership for the car. It's really, your monthly payment plus $200 a month. That's if you don't want a warranty or anything like that. If you want the warranty, expect another $500 a month to budget on top of that. So that was the annual service. Next thing on the list was the ESC. That's pretty straightforward. That was $5,000. So we're up to about $7,200. And then we have the coolant leak. The coolant leak was, I believe, related to the hose clamps. Now, apparently this is a common issue with these cars, and it's one of the very few things that is not covered under the extended warranty by McLaren. So as the hoses and stuff get brittle over time, the clamps fail, and you cause a little bit of seeping with the coolant. So I had them look into that. That's what they came back, said, and they said there was a permanent fix for that. And I trust McLaren Philly service with all my life. So whatever they say, I believe it. I'm pretty mechanically inclined, so I understand what they're talking about. So I ended up saying, go ahead and install the newer, clamps, and they had a better way of doing it. There's a better fix, and I believe it's with screw down clamps. So that way, if the clamps over time start to get loose, you can just retie them back down. So pricing for that was a little over $1,200. A little over half that is parts, about, I would say, $700 is parts, the rest is labor. And last but not least is my idle, my rough idle. So I was complaining of the rough idle and the smoke, and basically what they found it to be was a driveline damper failure. So part of the reason that this took so long and the car was there for a while was it was picked up December 18th, so right before the holidays here, and that just delays everything, just period, not even car stuff. So they basically brought the car in, they got to it, they started looking at it and everything, and then they started going down the rabbit hole for the driveline damper, or what they thought was the driveline damper. When they had evidence that it was the driveline damper from what I told them, they had to submit that to the warranty department and wait for approval to go ahead and do that. Now, again, with it being the holiday season, I think that took a little extra time, but they went ahead and got approval for that, and this is what I want to talk about in the video and why I'm not really upset that my car broke and that it was there for a while. But basically, the warranty I said was $5,000. I'm going to cut right to the chase here. The warranty was $5,000. The driveline damper replacement rate with parts and labor, $5,724.04. So right there, when I talk about it, it's imperative to have warranty on these cars, not because they're crappy cars, but because parts are just expensive and labor. Just get the warranty. It paid for itself right there in that one job, plus saved me $724. So, I've had some other warranty work done in the past and I would say my total warranty work is well over 5 figures. Again, because of just McLaren's a very new brand. It's not like a Honda. They don't make a bajillion cars a year. It's a unique, dedicated brand that you're just going to pay for parts right now, at least until they continue to build their distribution network and their parts stocking and whatnot. You're going to pay for it. So the breakdown, it looks like the driveline damper parts was $1,729, so $1,730. Labor, $3,325. And from what I understand, labor was basically to drop the transmission, and I don't know if they dropped the engine, but they pulled that apart to get to the driveline damper that sits on the crank. So again, and this is where I say it's important to have the warranty, because without that warranty, let me tell you what, I'd be much more pissed off if I got a phone call that it was $5,700 out of my pocket. I paid that, and then I didn't have a warranty on it, and let's say 3 weeks later down the road something happens and now I have to pay another $2,000, so but just like that. That's my thought process with the warranty. Now I know you could buy the warranty, spend $5,000, this is what you guys are thinking, and nothing ever happened, and boom, that's $5,000 out the door. But for me, the peace of mind to be able to know that I can drive this car, I can go to track days, I can go do things, and have that backup in my head that, okay, if something mechanically just implodes here, there's a very high likelihood that the warranty is going to cover this, and that the dealership especially is going to take care of it and make it as streamlined as possible for me. So again, I just wanted to do kind of a breakdown. My total service visit was, I think, what did we say it was? I didn't pay that $5,700, so $5,000 plus the annual service. So about, let's just round up with tax and everything, $7,500 to $7,800 for 1 year. Now, again, I have that budgeted into my cost of ownership. These are the things that you guys might not think of if you're looking at these cars, these McLarens. You know, the newer ones, the 570s, the 720s, they're still in factory warranty, so you don't have to worry about that if you want to get into one for the next year or two. But if you're looking at a used 12C, used 650, and McLaren's allowing you to do this 10 years, technically 12 if you purchase a 2-year on the 10th year, past the original build date of the car. So yes, it's a lot of money over 10 years, that's $50,000, but do the math of what potentially may catastrophically occur. Is it worth it to you? It's worth it to me right now, and I've not owned the car since new, but I've paid for the warranty twice now, and it is paid for itself plus more. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm glad to have the car back. I know this was a lot of talking here near the end of the video, but I wanted to share the breakdown of that, what happened, why it took a month to get back to me, and just kind of fill you guys in on that, because I think there's a lot of misinformation about McLarens and their warranties and the cost of ownership. You know, people are like, oh, I can buy a 12C for $120,000. Well, you go buy that 12C and let me know how it works out for you, because those cars are usually the rental cars. They were beat to crap. Rob Freddy did a video about a steering rack. Well, Rob's car wasn't in warranty. That steering rack would have been covered under the warranty. So there's a lot of things that I think aren't being talked about correctly, and I wanted to give you guys my true experience as an owner, as somebody who uses this not as part of a rental fleet, just as an enthusiast who loves this brand and loves this car. So you know, again, yes, it's expensive. You got to pay to play. But if you get a good 12C, one that has all the records that a dealership had taken care of, and it's just a well-documented car, higher VIN, and even a car with higher mileage, you'll get a very good car. These cars have been proven on McLaren Life, on the forums, everywhere, that the average to more driven vehicles, just they're phenomenal cars, and you can daily drive them if you want. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions, fire them below. I'll try to do my best to help you out. You know, you can fire questions on Instagram at Troy Sowers. I post a lot of that car on there, and sometimes it's a lot quicker for me to answer on Instagram. So I will try to answer what I can. I know that I've had a couple subscribers actually purchase McLarens through talking to me and whatnot. So I'm always willing to help answer those questions if you have any. So feel free, reach out to me, let me know. If you guys like this video, please give me the big thumbs up, click that red subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.